Jennifer Lopez has multiple things.
And he had a sex tape on J-Lo.
Hollywood, often synonymous with glamour and success, is a city where dreams are made, but also where darker truths lie beneath its sparkling surface. Celebrities like Jennifer Lopez, J.Lo, and Sean Combs, Diddy, rise to the top through immense talent, hard work, and strategic decisions, yet their journeys are not without their shadows. Behind the headlines of red carpets and sold-out performances, the entertainment industry is fraught with power struggles, exploitation, and unsettling secrets. The alleged tape involving J.Lo is just one example of how the hidden side of Hollywood can captivate the public's imagination, revealing a world where the line between truth and rumor is often blurred. The alleged tapes of Jennifer Lopez and Sean Combs. It all started when whispers emerged about an illicit tape featuring Jennifer Lopez, the Latin superstar who was soaring to new heights in the entertainment world. Her relationship with Sean "Diddy" Combs, a prominent music mogul and businessman, had already caused a stir. But this new rumor added a level of scandal that no one could have predicted. According to various sources, a video of J.Lo, allegedly intimate in nature, existed. The claim was that Diddy had been in possession of the tape and that it was being circulated, hidden away in the shadows of Hollywood's most exclusive circles. It wasn't just the mere existence of the tape that piqued interest. It was the implications. Diddy, already a well-known figure in both the music and fashion industries, had been involved in some questionable practices in the past. But what made this story even more sensational was the connection to other high-profile individuals in the entertainment industry. The rumor mill churned with talk of multiple tapes, some featuring famous names, others involving people who were allegedly unaware they were being recorded. One particularly intriguing part of the tale was the claim that Diddy wasn't the only person with access to these tapes. According to some accounts, the video of J.Lo wasn't just a one-off, but part of a larger collection of tapes involving other celebrities. These tapes, it was rumored, were being shopped around in Hollywood, traded between individuals who were keen on profiting from these potentially career-ending videos. This scenario brought to light a disturbing reality, that some celebrities had their private lives exposed and used as a tool for control and manipulation. The role of street workers and the trade of tapes. As the story evolved, more details began to surface, showing how the trade of these tapes wasn't just happening in the luxury suites of Hollywood. Instead, there were reports of street workers, or individuals on the fringes of the entertainment industry, becoming involved in the exchange. These people, sometimes working outside the legal realm, found themselves in possession of these tapes, many of which were allegedly created without the knowledge or consent of the stars involved. According to various reports, these tapes were being sold back to the very celebrities who had no idea that their most intimate moments had been captured. The goal, it seemed, was not only to make a profit, but to leverage the power these tapes held over those involved. If someone's personal life was exposed on a global scale, it could be used against them in a variety of ways, whether it was to pressure them into making certain decisions or simply to destroy their public image and career. The idea that these tapes were being circulated within Hollywood brought a new level of concern among celebrities. Many were left wondering whether their own privacy could be violated in such a way. And while some dismissed these rumors as nothing more than gossip, others took them very seriously. The question that lingered in the air was whether these tapes would ever come to light. And, if they did, what impact they would have on the careers of those involved. The Diddy connection, power, influence, and allegations. Diddy, who had built an empire through his music label, fashion ventures, and acting career, was at the center of these rumors. His name was not only tied to J.Lo, but also to a multitude of other high-profile celebrities. One such name that surfaced was Stevie J, a well-known music producer who had worked with Diddy for years. According to the stories circulating at the time, Stevie J wasn't just associated with Diddy professionally, he was also allegedly involved in some of the tapes in question. The rumors claimed that Stevie J had been recorded in intimate situations with various women, including his past romantic partners. One of the most shocking claims was that Stevie J was involved in numerous tapes, including ones featuring other big names from the entertainment industry. These tapes, some claimed, involved people like Justin Bieber and Jaden Smith, two figures with strong connections to Diddy and the larger Hollywood scene. The question was whether these individuals were aware they were being recorded, or if their private moments had been taken without their consent. Adding to the complexity of the situation was the rumor that Diddy had hosted extravagant parties where these tapes were filmed. These parties, often attended by the industry's elite, were said to be more than just gatherings for fun and celebration. According to some accounts, they served as venues for capturing compromising footage, something that could be used as leverage in the future. The claim was that Diddy had not only been present at these events, but was directly involved in some of the most controversial tapes. The role of Ben Affleck and J-Lo's career. As the rumors surrounding Jennifer Lopez's alleged tape continued to spread, another element added a layer of intrigue to the situation: her relationship with actor Ben Affleck. At the time, J-Lo and Ben were involved in a high-profile romance that had captivated the public's attention. However, as the media storm surrounding the tape intensified, speculation grew that Ben Affleck had chosen to distance himself from J-Lo, possibly due to the growing scandal. This theory was bolstered by reports of the couple's breakup, with some people speculating that the fallout from the tape and the media frenzy surrounding it were contributing factors. If the rumors were true, and J-Lo's career was threatened by the release of such a tape, it would make sense for Ben to step away from the public eye. After all, few could imagine the emotional and professional toll such a scandal would take on a person's career, especially someone as well-established as Jennifer Lopez. The alleged involvement of other celebrities. While the focus initially centered on J-Lo and Diddy, the story soon expanded to include other names, some of whom were reportedly caught up in the web of these alleged tapes. One name that came up repeatedly in conversations about the tapes was Drake. The rapper, known for his success in the music industry, had a turbulent history with Diddy, and some believed that Diddy's influence was responsible for a series of incidents involving Drake. There were even rumors that Diddy had tried to orchestrate a hit on Drake, something that could have been linked to their ongoing feud. The claim was that Diddy had attempted to put pressure on Drake during their beef, leveraging the influence he had over people in the entertainment world. This allegation of a hit being placed on Drake in LA only added to the complexity of the situation, highlighting the deep and sometimes dangerous rivalries that exist in the music and entertainment industries. Will Smith and the allegations of exploitation. Another celebrity whose name was tied to the growing scandal was Will Smith. According to some accounts, Will Smith was allegedly involved in the exploitation of Bashir Gray, a young actor who had once been seen as a rising star. Bashir's relationship with Will and his best friend Charlie Mack, who had helped manage him early in his career, was the subject of speculation. Rumors suggested that Will and others had taken advantage of Bashir, and some even pointed to these connections as a factor in Bashir's eventual downfall. As bizarre as these rumors sounded, there were unsettling pieces of evidence that seemed to support them. For example, there were odd interviews where Bashir appeared visibly uncomfortable while talking about his past interactions with Will Smith. These interviews only fueled the rumors, and many began to question the true nature of their relationship. The impact of the allegations on the entertainment industry. As the rumors of tapes, exploitation, and manipulation continued to surface, the entertainment industry found itself on edge. high-profile figures began to worry about the possibility of their own secrets being exposed, and the idea that personal tapes were being circulated caused many to question their own privacy. Hollywood, which had long been seen as a place of magic and dreams, suddenly seemed more like a playground for powerful people to exploit others for their own gain. The biggest question remained: what was the real truth behind these allegations? Were they based on fact, or were they simply the product of wild rumors? One thing was clear: whether the tapes were real or not, they had captured the attention of the public and the media. The stories of manipulation, deceit, and power struggles showed that Hollywood was far from the perfect place it appeared to be on the outside. As more details came to light, it became evident that the world of fame and fortune was not as glamorous as it seemed. Celebrities, no matter how successful, were vulnerable to the machinations of those around them. Whether it was a tape being sold, a career being manipulated, or an individual being exploited, the reality behind the glitz and glamour was far more complicated and far darker than anyone could have imagined. Diddy's influence and the myth of the power party. Diddy's rise from the streets of Harlem to becoming one of the most powerful figures in the entertainment industry has been marked by strategic alliances, bold moves, and a ruthless drive to succeed. His empire, which spans music, fashion, and business, is also steeped in a culture of excess. This culture has long been rumored to extend to the legendary parties he hosts, often described as glamorous, extravagant affairs that draw in some of the most famous names in Hollywood and the music industry. These parties, while filled with luxury and opulence, are also said to be the breeding grounds for much more sinister activity. The so-called Diddy parties are rumored to be filled with illicit activities, power plays, and blackmail material that could ruin the careers of the unknowing. These parties are often described as not just places of indulgence, but also of manipulation. Diddy, known for his ability to maintain control over his artists and colleagues, has been accused of using these events to secure his influence over others in the industry. Allegedly, these gatherings became a breeding ground for power dynamics, where the line between consent and coercion was often blurred. At the heart of the allegations are the infamous tapes. These purported recordings are said to involve prominent figures in the entertainment industry, including musicians, actors, and even politicians, many of whom were caught in compromising situations while attending these parties. The stories surrounding these tapes paint a picture of a network of people who have had their careers and personal lives manipulated and controlled by Diddy and those around him. The rumored tape with Rihanna and J. Cole. Among the most talked about rumors surrounding Diddy's parties is the story of a supposed sex tape involving Rihanna and rapper J. Cole. According to some reports, this tape was allegedly filmed during a time when Rihanna and J. Cole were both rising stars in the music world. While no concrete evidence has ever emerged to confirm the existence of such a video, the rumors have continued to circulate. The idea of a tape between Rihanna and J. Cole is not as far-fetched as it may seem, given their history. J. Cole, who opened for Rihanna on her Loud tour in 2011, has had his own share of drama in the public eye, including an incident where he claimed that a fan had stolen his phone at one of his concerts. This claim led to speculation that someone might have gained access to private material, including a potential sex tape. However, the problem with this story is that Rihanna has consistently denied the existence of such a video. She has gone on record stating that there is no tape, and given her public persona, it is hard to imagine that such a video, if it existed, would not have already leaked. In the world of celebrity, few things remain secret for long, especially something as explosive as a sex tape. Yet, the rumors persist, leading many to wonder whether the video exists or if it is merely a tool used to control the narrative around these celebrities. Some believe that the tape could have been a bargaining chip, created to pressure Rihanna and J. Cole into maintaining certain relationships and keeping their behavior in line. The idea that Diddy, with his history of manipulation, might have orchestrated this in some way is not entirely out of the question. Allegations of blackmail and power play. The connection between Diddy and these supposed tapes extends beyond just Rihanna and J. Cole. Numerous other rumors have circulated about tapes involving other celebrities, with many believing that these videos are used as a form of blackmail. The idea is that Diddy or others within his circle may have filmed these interactions without the knowledge of those involved, using them later as leverage to control or manipulate the individuals. There is a disturbing suggestion that these tapes are not just accidental recordings, but part of a much larger scheme designed to maintain power. The accusations claim that Diddy and his associates would record intimate moments, sometimes under duress, and then use these recordings to ensure loyalty from those involved. This practice, if true, would explain why certain celebrities have been rumored to act in ways that seem to be under duress or against their best interests. One of the most chilling aspects of this theory is that it suggests a culture of fear and control within the entertainment industry, particularly among those who are closest to Diddy. If these tapes are real, they could serve as a potent tool for manipulation, coercing people into following certain orders or staying silent on issues they might otherwise speak out about. Usher, Trey Songz, and the web of allegations. The rumors surrounding Diddy and his parties are not limited to just a few celebrities. In fact, many of the most prominent names in music have been linked to these tales of blackmail and exploitation. One of the most high-profile figures to be associated with these rumors is Usher. Known for his smooth R&B hits and charismatic persona, Usher has also been linked to allegations that he has been involved in multiple scandals, some of which have allegedly been captured on tape. Perhaps the most bizarre and unsettling of these allegations revolves around a supposed herpes virus that is said to have been passed between Usher, Rihanna, and others in the industry. While there has never been any confirmation of these claims, the rumors suggest that Usher might have contracted the virus from someone within Diddy's circle, leading to a web of infections that spanned across several high-profile relationships. Similar accusations have been levied against Trey Songz, another artist with ties to Diddy's world. Trey has long been rumored to have been involved in the shady dealings of Diddy's parties, and some even claim that he participated in these recorded sessions. Trey's behavior has been described as predatory by some women who have spoken out about their experiences with him. These women have claimed that he has a disturbing pattern of coercing them into sexual situations, often while under the influence of drugs and alcohol. Trey has faced legal challenges related to these allegations, but like many other figures in Diddy's world, the details have remained murky. The idea that these artists, including Usher and Trey Songz, could be using their relationships with Diddy to stay in line and protect their careers is not a new one. As the rumors suggest, the existence of these tapes may serve as a constant reminder of the power that certain figures hold over others in the industry. The silent industry. Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and LeBron James. One of the most puzzling aspects of the rumors surrounding Diddy's alleged tapes is the silence of other high-profile celebrities who might be implicated. For example, Jay-Z, one of Diddy's closest contemporaries and competitors, has been strangely silent about the allegations. In the world of hip-hop, where every personal conflict is usually aired out in public, Jay-Z's silence on this matter stands out. Some believe that Jay-Z might be aware of the tapes and is keeping quiet to protect his own interests. Similarly, Beyoncé, who has been rumored to be tied to Diddy's world in various ways, has never publicly commented on these allegations. The couple has long been viewed as one of the most powerful duos in entertainment, yet their silence on the subject is conspicuous. Could it be that they too are afraid of what might be exposed if these tapes were to surface? And then there is LeBron James. The basketball superstar has long been known for his outspoken views on social issues and his role as a cultural figure. However, when it comes to Diddy and the rumored tapes, LeBron has remained eerily quiet. Given his close relationship with Diddy and the influence he wields in the sports and entertainment worlds, LeBron's silence raises more questions than answers. Could he be aware of the tapes and the potential damage they could cause, which is why he has chosen not to speak out? The power of silence and control. In the end, the rumors surrounding Diddy's alleged tapes are just that, rumors. But the secrecy, the fear, and the manipulation at the heart of these stories paint a disturbing picture of an entertainment industry where power and control are maintained at any cost. Whether or not these tapes exist, the idea that Diddy and others in his circle might use such material to control the careers of some of the most famous names in music and entertainment is a chilling possibility. The silence of so many celebrities involved in these rumors only adds to the mystery. The world of hip-hop and celebrity is filled with unspoken rules, and in this case, the rule seems to be, stay quiet, or else. The power of silence is often just as strong as the power of the tape. And in the case of Diddy, it seems that both are tools used to maintain control over the narrative and the people within it. Whether these tapes will ever surface, or whether they are simply the product of conspiracy theories, remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. In the world of Diddy's parties, nothing is ever truly what it seems. The silence and allegations surrounding celebrity scandals. In the world of celebrity, drama, and scandals are commonplace. What happens behind the closed doors of Hollywood's elite often stays behind those doors. But when the veil is lifted and accusations come to light, the silence that follows can be deafening. A notable example of this comes from the statements made by Jaguar Wright, a former singer and songwriter, who has caused waves in the entertainment industry with her public claims. Jaguar has openly made accusations about prominent figures, including big names like Diddy, Sean Combs, accusing them of being involved in illegal activities and nefarious acts. These statements have created a ripple effect, prompting an outcry from fans, critics, and even other celebrities. Jaguar Wright has consistently claimed that many high-profile people, especially within the music industry, have engaged in unsavory behavior. One of her most controversial assertions includes claims about parties hosted by Diddy, which allegedly involved sexual misconduct, manipulation, and other damaging actions. She has been particularly vocal about the darker side of the entertainment industry, claiming that several artists, such as Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and others, have witnessed and even participated in these activities. Despite the gravity of these accusations, few have stepped forward to categorically deny or address the allegations, leaving many to wonder why this silence persists. The defamation. Question: why no legal action? When someone is accused of defamation, the natural response for any individual with a reputation to protect is often to pursue legal action. In the case of celebrities like Nicki Minaj, legal battles have been waged over perceived defamatory remarks. Nicki famously sued media outlet Noisy after they published content that she felt was damaging to her image, resulting in significant legal consequences for the outlet. Given this, it is puzzling why no one has followed suit when it comes to Jaguar Wright's explosive statements. The question then arises, why haven't these celebrities, particularly those named in Wright's accusations, pursued defamation suits against her? The answer may lie in the complex power dynamics at play within the entertainment industry. These are not just regular celebrities. They are influential figures with significant sway in media and public opinion. Legal suits against Wright could potentially draw even more attention to the accusations, further escalating the situation. Additionally, with the power of social media and public opinion, a lawsuit might only exacerbate the drama, making it harder to control the narrative. It's also worth noting that, in some cases, celebrities may choose silence over confrontation because it is, in their view, the most strategic response. For example, if someone is being accused of something they didn't do, staying quiet might seem like the best way to avoid giving the accuser more attention or legitimacy. Yet by remaining silent, they also risk fueling public curiosity, allowing speculation to grow and spread. The power of public opinion and why silence speaks volumes. The current era we live in, with its overabundance of information and rapid sharing through social media, is one where transparency and honesty are often demanded by the public. Celebrities are expected to answer for their actions and respond to controversies, whether they are true or false. However, the trend of not addressing accusations head-on has become more prominent in recent years. People in the entertainment industry are often hesitant to speak out on such matters because of the public relations risk involved. Take, for instance, the case of Diddy, a figure who has been both revered and vilified in equal measure over the years. The accusations that have surfaced about him, ranging from involvement in illicit activities to ties with criminal figures, are indeed shocking. But in the absence of public statements from Diddy himself, the silence has left a vacuum that is filled by rumors, conspiracy theories, and fan speculation. This lack of clarity only fuels the suspicion that there may be truth to these allegations, or at the very least, some uncomfortable truths that are better left unspoken. The question that emerges from this situation is whether celebrities are actively choosing not to respond to allegations because of the risks involved, or whether they are simply unable to provide an adequate defense. The silence surrounding these claims can sometimes be louder than any statement they could make. When figures like Diddy, who have had significant influence over the years, don't respond, it leaves the public to speculate and come to their own conclusions. The fear of powerful individuals like him, possibly manipulating the truth or keeping others silent, creates an environment of uncertainty. The bigger picture: celebrity culture, power, and secrets. The entertainment world is full of secrets, from private parties and hidden relationships to powerful people pulling strings behind the scenes. Much of what goes on in Hollywood stays within the industry. Diddy, in particular, has always been a figure associated with mystery. He's known for having vast resources, powerful connections, and a reputation for not shying away from controversy. There have been whispers for years about Diddy's ties to criminal figures, the mafia, and even his potential involvement in major unsolved crimes, like the murder of rapper Tupac Shakur. Yet, even though these rumors have persisted for decades, no concrete evidence has ever been presented to substantiate them. This atmosphere of secrecy and power breeds a culture where it becomes increasingly difficult for individuals to speak out without fear of retribution. If someone like Diddy were involved in such events or conspiracies, it's conceivable that those with information might hesitate to share it, due to the potential consequences. The fear of being blacklisted, discredited, or even worse, targeted, can keep people from telling their truths. In such an environment, accusations like those from Jaguar Wright can go unanswered for extended periods, even though the stakes are high and the public is demanding answers. The consequences of not speaking up. As more and more celebrities come under scrutiny for their actions, the importance of addressing accusations in a timely and direct manner grows. The public, in this case, is less inclined to forgive or forget when silence becomes the dominant response. For someone like Diddy, who has built an empire on his ability to control narratives and manipulate public opinion, a failure to directly address these allegations can damage his reputation even more. In today's social media age, where the truth can spread like wildfire, a celebrity's silence could very well be their undoing. Ultimately, the onus falls on both the accused and the public to decide whether these allegations will be allowed to linger unchallenged or whether they will be properly addressed. In the absence of official statements, public opinion will continue to shape the story, often with more questions than answers, leaving people to wonder what really goes on behind the glitzy veneer of the entertainment industry.